Alright, hello everyone. Second video I'm posting today. I did mention the New York City news update. We were going to do a special video on the storm expected to hit a large part of the Northeast. So if you're not aware, obviously because the media is brainwashing you with coronavirus coverage and other parts of the country, we're expecting a big storm here on the East Coast. Normally, if there wasn't a pandemic, all national news outlets would be covering this. But again, we have coronavirus. That's the circumstances we're going to get into. So, we're taking a live look at the radar right now. And this is just one big storm. I mean, the jet stream is really that powerful. In fact, I'll make an imaginary line to prove a point. Okay, let's do a red color, that way you get an idea. Okay, so watch what I'm about to do. You see the jet stream? Let's make a little bit of a fair mark here. Okay? That's better. That's the jet stream. Let's pretend we're using the jet stream. Now here's my mouse cruiser. You see here, south of the line that I drew is all the warm air. That's warm air being pushed. Okay? So that's the jet stream. Jet stream is trying to make, you know what, let's do a different color. That way you get a better idea of all the cold air and all the, you know. Let's do a different color. I got an idea. Let's try yellow. That's a good idea. Let's try yellow for an example. So again, let's draw our jet stream. Nah, that's not an accurate view of the jet stream. We got a better idea. Watch this. Go up like this. And there. That's the jet stream. Now, let's pretend the warm air is being pushed up right like this. Okay? This warm air is being blocked by the jet stream. The jet stream in the yellow color is pushing the warm air down. Okay? That's why we're getting snow. So, we're now going to put the blue color in. The blue color is going to represent, make it darker for an example, you get an idea. So look at this. This is all the cold air right here. And the jet stream is blocking everything. The jet stream is making all this air. Let me erase a little bit of the yellow. I accidentally did that, but bear with me. We'll get this right. Get the yellow color back. There we go. That's our yellow color. Looks like honey mustard now. But in all reality, make the blue color come back. So let's just pretend this is the cold air. So right now, the jet stream, right, look, it's being blocked. Can't go anywhere. That's why we're having all this snow that's here in the majority of the Northeast and the Midwest. Places like Chicago, places like Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania. To be fair here, let's just include DC. Let's just include DC so that way you get an idea. We'll include DC in this little purple area, in this little blue area. So that's what's happening here. That's what's going on here. There's the warm air. Can't go up. Jet stream's blocking it. So that's why all the high pressure that comes from the Canadian Maritime and the low pressure system that comes from the Gulf of Mexico, it's all the warm air that comes from there, can't go anywhere. The warm air that normally gives us rain can't go up. Jet stream's doing its job, supposedly. That's why we're getting all this snow. And we'll get into how much snow it is in a second. But I wanted to give you an illustration on how serious this is. Okay, so here's the latest headline from the Weather Channel's website. We'll center it so you can see it here. And I was supposed to have a different article from, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I had an article from earlier. I was going to show you from the Daily News. In fact, let me type it. Watch this. This is an article we're going to read later on. But this is the update we have. Zoom in so that we all can get a chance to read this. So look at this. We have not had a storm in New York City, let alone, to produce this type of snow in 5 years. That's how big of a deal this is. The city sees a 1 foot plus snowstorm about once every 4 years. Now, there was a message that a friend of mine gave me. And what I'll do is I'll tweet this out in a second. Because you always can follow me on Andy's Randomness. So I will tag the person right now. So we're going to do this on the fly. Courtesy of... There. That way I'll put the picture up in a second on my Twitter feed. So they're calling this officially Winter Storm Orlena. That's an interesting name, isn't it? Very interesting. This is going to bring the first snow of almost a foot or more in almost 5 years. In fact, come to think of it, yeah, 5 years ago. The last time this happened was Winter Storm Jonas back in 2016. That was a storm that lasted from January 22nd to the 24th. It says here that Jonas gave us 27.5 inches of snow. That stands as the heaviest snowstorm at the city's official Central Park warning station, dating back to 1869. On average, Central Park has seen a foot or more of snow in a single winter storm about once every 4 years. That's a total of 36 such winter storms in the past 150 years, according to statistics from the National Weather Service. So, typically, and this is again, you're hearing your average New Yorker give you type of snow here. Normally, we get these type of snow events from January to early March. And I've dealt with early March snowstorms, and they can be a headache. But it has happened. Believe me. Look at this. We had Winter Storm Gale. Now, keeping in mind, we had snowfall almost 2 months ago, in December. And I was trying to tell my friends, we are due for the big one. We are due for the big one. You think Gale was the big one? Thankfully, all the snow melted. In the long-range forecast, and I'll show you on Tidbits, this is going to stick. I mean, we might get to 50 on Friday, but after that, everything's up in the air. Alright, so we do not know if this is going to be a foot of snow. We're not going to find out from the NWS until at least Tuesday. So, there's possible that all 5 boroughs in New York City sees heavier bands of snowfall from the storm and avoids hitting the snow mix with or change to sleet. Because again, all the warm air from the low pressure system in the south can't go up. The jet stream's blocking it. Well, of course it makes sense. Now, I don't want to go with this map. I don't think this map is completely appropriate. I think it's best to just go with the National Weather Service estimation here. So, very interesting. In fact, let's see what the Weather Channel even has on their homepage. Here's something more specific, I think. So let's see what they say in other states. Let me put this on mute. Do apologize, folks. We may have to deal with some annoyance. And there goes my CPU. Why is it that all these websites keep draining my CPU? Alright, here we go. There goes the fan again, but I'll try to read along here. Okay, Winter Storm Melina is set to pummel the East Coast with heavy snow and strong winds expected from parts of New England into the northern mid-Atlantic, including Boston, New York City, and Philadelphia. Okay, so they have a forecast here. Yep, so when the accident's on the road, this is what we have currently at 5:40 p.m. As you see here, once again, you see that rain-snow line. Wow, it's, again, that's the low-pressure system. I always know it goes into the Delmarva. Once you hit that line, right, so that warm moisture is still coming up from the low-pressure system. The jet stream is, you know, above the mid-Atlantic. So that's the problem when the jet stream goes into that part. Okay, so you have winter storm warnings. I would not be surprised if blizzard warnings get issued. It's certainly possible. Now, am I thinking New York City's going to get it? From a meteorological opinion, I think maybe not. Maybe we could. But most likely, some parts of western New Jersey and maybe eastern Pennsylvania could see some blizzard warnings. I wouldn't rule it out. I would not rule it out if the NWS is going to say something. See, look how far these alerts go. It's incredible. They go from Maine all the way south, right here. And honestly, folks, I would not be surprised if Agenda Free TV goes live with coverage tonight. I would not be surprised Steve Lookner's giving coverage. So I would encourage you to subscribe to his channel because there could be coverage of this. Also, I would encourage to follow him for the latest updates on the GameStop news because that's something I might discuss in a video in the future. But I want to focus on this. So, they have a Winter Storm Severity Index on the Weather Channel. And as you can see here, the most extreme they think is most likely going to be the New York City metropolitan region. So you have parts of northeastern New Jersey. You have New York City, parts of the Hudson Valley. You have parts of Nassau and Suffolk County. I'm thinking Nassau County is going to see a lot. But again, is it enough to produce a blizzard warning? Depends if you get that 1/3 or 1/4 less visibility. Once you hit that 1/3, 1/4 possibility from what the NWS says from the National Weather Service, then you can issue a blizzard warning. They're going with the winter storm warning because they know it's going to be 12 inches over a 12-hour period. So the example would be midnight to noon on February 1st. Forecast timing. So this is what the forecast says. Snow likely heavy at times. It's expected from southern New England to the New York City metro area and northern mid-Atlantic states. Now, I'm thinking DC's already seeing snow. DC has already gotten snow. Far south, there could be a little bit of impact into parts of northern Virginia. So that's important to note. I will mention that Philadelphia is set to go into a snow emergency at 6 p.m. I will mention that. That is something important to note because this was officially declared by the mayor of Philadelphia. So I will mention that Jim Kennedy did issue a snow warning for the city of Philadelphia. So, there's a mix. There's always a chance of a mix. And then you have blizzard-like conditions are expected. So there's a chance that New York City gets the worst of this entire storm. Now, keeping in mind, the snow could let up in time for the groundhog ceremony in Punxsutawney. Because, let me look at the winter storm. Yeah, see, parts of Pennsylvania. I'm thinking, yeah, Punxsutawney's probably going to see snow. From what I'm thinking. Snow showers are definitely not out of rule on Tuesday. Wow. the green shadings will be where rain is expected. Areas in pink will see, may see rain or snow. Okay. Yes, they think southeastern PA to New York City and New England is the most cause concern. Right. There could be additional snow, but again, I'm going with the NWS. Now here's the wind gust forecast. They think that the Weather Channel thinks that this is going to at least be on average 35-40 miles an hour. So if you're seeing wind gusts of 35 to 40 miles an hour over a sustained period of time, and that visibility again goes to 1/4, then I would think the NWS is going to put a majority of the New York City metro region in a blizzard warning. By the way, I'm hearing a plane going right now by my house, because again, I'm in Fresh Meadows, and I'm not too far from LaGuardia Airport. So, I might check flight radar in a second, because I'm curious to see if any flights are getting canceled at LaGuardia. Because I will be monitoring when the FAA is going to put LaGuardia in a ground stop. Because normally in Fresh Meadows, this is a good place to, you know, take a look at aircraft and then look at them on flight radar. So again, anything's possible. Please charge your phones. Charge anything you got electronic, because I don't know how bad this is going to be. We don't really know how bad this is going to be, but this is just a forecast. Okay, so let's take a look and see my Twitter, because we have a lot of interesting things we're going to get into on my Twitter. You can follow me at Andy's Randomness. I get the latest updates on there. Just randomly retweeting some stuff. That's why we go by the name Andy's Randomness. Very quickly, I just want to mention that as of now, for my viewers in City Council District 24, and of course this goes to my neighbors and fellow constituents, please note that the election on Tuesday, February 2nd is still a go. Now, as far as Tuesday is concerned, the polls are open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Tuesday, February 2nd. I'm not going to go live with coverage. Instead, we may do pre-recorded video updates because we feel that that's the quickest way we can get updates to you as soon as possible. They're not going to be long updates, but we'll be monitoring the results of the election on Tuesday night here at Randomness LP, and if we hear or see anything significant that a winner has been called, or a candidate has not gotten 50%, or if we hear a last place candidate gets eliminated, we will keep you posted. Okay, because again, we have the rank choice. Let me just see if we can go to any weather updates. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm going to go with the NWS forecast. I don't believe any of these other local media outlets. You know, I don't think they're going to be right about this. I would assume this is going to be the expected snowfall. I would go with the National Weather Service in this situation because, again, they normally know what they're doing. The fine folks in Upton and the fine folks in Mount Holly, let them do their work. You know, they're doing all they can. And especially how, again, you got the Storm Prediction Center. Alright, you got the Storm Prediction Center. In fact, let me see if they have anything. That's a good question. Yeah, see that? This is so significant that, again, you have marginal risk of severe weather. So the jet stream is pushing south with that low pressure, and that's why you may have significant weather in parts of Georgia and there. Marginal risk. Yeah, see, there's no day 2 outlook. Now, with Storm Prediction Center, you look at tornadoes, you look at hail, because parts of the Great Plains have had it rough the past couple of days. Even Alabama, they had tornadoes recently, so a lot's been going on. But again, since This is my part of the country that I have my interest in. That's why I go into it. Now, as far as snow in Delmarva is concerned, again, it's most going to be concerning with flooding rain in Delmarva. 1 to 2 inches is a safe bet here. But once you get closer into inland in Sussex County, then Kent, then you got 4 to 6. It's this area that I'm concerned about in Delaware. 8 to 12 expected in parts of northern Newcastle County. Philadelphia, you're looking at 8 to 12. It's these areas that Mount Holly is concerned about. And then we go here in Monroe County, PA. Poconos could get 18 to 24 inches because they're elevated. So don't rule that out. Now, as far as Governor Cuomo is concerned, he has not declared a state of emergency. In his situation, you know, state of emergency wouldn't be ruled out, but there is a possibility later tonight or tomorrow. Now, this is very significant. New Jersey Transit has suspended all service tomorrow because they're expecting the most out of the storm. Now, let me just check to see if Governor Murphy has declared a state of emergency. Okay, yes. Yes, okay, so Phil Murphy has declared a state of emergency in the state of New Jersey. So this will be at 7 p.m. tonight. Let me just see if I can get this refreshed. Do apologize, folks. You're going to fix this in a second, so just stand by. Now, as far as Amtrak is concerned, Amtrak is making modifications on their service. We'll go here for a second. Amtrak will operate on a modified schedule on the Northeast Corridor due to inclement weather. They're operating the Northeast Regional between Boston and D.C. on a limited schedule. Keystone service between Harrisburg and New York City will operate on a limited schedule. Empire service between New York and Albany will be on a modified schedule. They have canceled 2 trains tomorrow on Amtrak Acela. All Acela service from Boston to D.C. service is canceled. The Pennsylvanian between Pittsburgh and New York City is canceled. So, the train between Monaghan and Pittsburgh, canceled. Here's what you can do to stay informed. You can call 1-800-USA-RAIL. If your trip has been impacted and changed, go on to Amtrak.com or download the Amtrak app. Get the delay alerts via email or text messages at Amtrak.com/delay alerts. Follow Amtrak NEC and Amtrak Alerts on Twitter for real-time information on Amtrak trains. Amtrak regrets any inconvenience. This service's correction as of the date and time. Information is subject to change as conditions warrant. So, once again, please make sure to wear your mask because now officially, the President Joe Biden has signed an executive order. You now are required by federal law to wear a mask on all public transportation. Metro North, they are canceling late night trains. So, they are doing that, which is very interesting. The Long Island Railroad will be operating on a weekend schedule, which will remain in effect through Tuesday night. So, this is still up in the air. I would not be surprised if the Long Island Railroad gets suspended, because there's going to be so much snow. And the Port Authority has announced that all bus service into and out of the Port Authority bus terminal in Midtown will be suspended. Let me just see if the Long Island Railroad has given an update. Yeah, so again, the Long Island Railroad is not really given anything yet. Okay. Let's see who retweeted this. Oh, good. Thank you, Matt. So this is courtesy of Jason Anthony. Now, as you can see here, look how much snow has fallen in New York City since 2016. Amazing. Last year, we had such a warm winter. Look, only 1 inch of snow. Just incredible. Okay, so I just want to load up windy.com for a second. Okay, we officially now have the 18Z model from Tropical Tidbits. So let's take a look and see what's going to happen here. So there's the snow coming in. There it goes. There's the snow. And as you see here, there's the heavy snow. And again, there go the planes going into LaGuardia. Yep. And then look at this. This is incredible. This is going to change over to rain on Tuesday. And then look at this. We still get some lingering effects on Wednesday. Wow. So this may go into Wednesday. If we're lucky, this may go into Wednesday. So the snow might not even let up until Wednesday, according to the Tidbits. Let's go to the NAM and see what the NAM is saying. Let's see what we can pull up on our NAM model. And on the NAM, as you can see here, yep, the GFS and NAM are in agreement. They think that this is going to change over to rain. Yeah, there we go. See that? There comes the heavy snow on Monday, so look at that. Wow. Yep, this is what a typical nor'easter looks like. And then here comes Tuesday. Here comes Tuesday. Here comes Tuesday. I keep saying Tuesday, because look at this. Not even going to clear up until Wednesday. That's how alarming this is. This has gotten to a point where it's time to just admit that this is really going to be a problem. This is something that really has to be monitored. Of course. Now, can we get temperatures? We don't want that. We want the NAM. That's what I wanted. Okay, let's get our temperatures and see if it will get warmer. Okay, we're now on Thursday. That's what we want. So let's take a look at Thursday. Okay, here we go. Still cold. It may not even hit 40. Let's check Friday. Yep. Here comes the cold air again. Yep. Wow. We may get the same cold weather that we did over the weekend. Wow. This is really going to have to be monitored. This is scary. This is long run, but I just want to see what the NWS is saying, and then we'll wrap this up. Let's see the forecast. That's not it. I do apologize. Whoop. Type in my zip code. See what happens if I can pull something up. Okay, here we go. Now let's see. Thursday. So it may not even hit 40. Wow. So I figured one last thing. Let me check the Weather Channel. New York City. That does not help. I do apologize. This should be it. There we go. So let me see if I can get this here. Oh, I forgot to check windy.com. We have to do that. Yeah, see, average February weather. Look at that. Not surprised. I mean, we may hit 40 if we even get lucky with the rain expected. But then more precipitation. So are we going to even get more snow? That's a good question. 1 to 3 inches expected. So we're not out of it yet. This is going to be really long term. Okay. So I want to try this website, windy.com. And what I want to do is go to snow depth. Nope, that's not it. I want to look for precipitation type. Nope, that doesn't help me either. Thought I could find it, but I guess not. Accumulation. There we go. That's the one I wanted. It's new snow. Okay. Let's see what we get in the next 3 days. Alright, so it's aiming towards green. Now, if it's aiming towards green, then this is likely looking at 18 inches. But if you go to the west, that's where that darker green goes. And that's where you see in the Poconos, for an example, in places like Scranton. Yeah, see that? Maybe even Scranton gets higher amounts. That's a good question. Not Scranton, no. Hazleton. Hazleton. Yes, I know this area very well. Yikes. That is alarming. Now, as far as wind gusts are concerned, on the GFS, we're looking at... I want to go to noon tomorrow. Yeah, look at that. 35 mile per hour wind gust. So I want to see what happens when we play it. That's a good question. So let's take a look and watch the windy.com model. So it's going slow. Going slow. Oops, wait a minute. We don't want to go there. We want to go to 6 p.m. There we go. That's more like it. Alright, so watch this. Here come the wind. It's coming up right now. Here it comes. There it goes. And there come the real wind gust. Wee hours of Monday morning we're looking at. Then it comes up. Wow, look at that. Parts of Long Island could see 40 mile per hour wind gust on Monday morning. Look at that. Look at that. That is amazing. I mean, this is going to easily be sustained. You're looking at 40 mile per hour wind gust, which is just incredible. Truly remarkable. I mean, this is close to being a blizzard if that visibility hits 1/4 mile. Now, I want to see when does it think the wind is going to die down. And you can go on this website and you can play around with this yourself. I mean, this is... windy.com is just something amazing that I've discovered during this pandemic to keep an eye on all these type of storms. Amazing. Yeah, so thankfully the wind dies down on Tuesday. So that's good. But the highest winds, windy.com thinks it's likely going to be Monday afternoon. That's what it thinks. Monday morning, Monday afternoon is when we'll see the high wind gust. I do apologize about that. I'm about to wrap this video up anyway. But there goes the wind gust. And the winds start to die down on Tuesday. Lastly, we're just going to read this quick article from the Daily News. This is something interesting I found. How to prevent injuries when shoveling snow. So, this is very interesting. Dr. Sandra Hunter, a professor of exercise science and director of the Athletic and Human Performance Research Center at McCurtain University in Milwaukee, offers tips on how to reduce the possibility of hurting yourself when interacting with Mother Nature. Take your time. That's the most important thing. The more rest we get, the more we sort of ignore things, like a tweak back while shoveling. And it's just silly. You don't need to do this. You just need to get out of your car in the driveway, and that's what I need to do for now for shoveling. And I can get to the rest when I get home later. It's just common sense. Watch your back. Back injury is one of the biggest problems that can occur while shoveling and can cause a concussion. The former says that it can be insidious because it's usually not until the next day that you realize you strained your back or irritated one of your vertebrae. I'll be there in a second. Warm up. Hunter says shoveling is exercise, and you should warm up for it just as you should before exercising. It doesn't have to take long, she said. Warming up in some way, shape, or form, even just doing some star jumps, jumping jacks, or even going up and down, will help you warm up. A couple more tips. There's about 3 more. You need a good shovel. Push, don't lift. Once you are shoveling, push the snow rather than trying to lift it. If, however, you do have to lift, make sure you're bending your knees and lifting the snow with your legs and not your back. It's twisting, throwing the snow, and using your back rather than your legs that are really going to do damage. Tighten your abdominal muscles before you lift. If you do that, it's really hard to twist, and you're really trying to protect your vertebrae. Let's see what comes up. Hydrate. Some people have had heart attacks when they shovel. It's not uncommon. Pay attention to signs and pains. You have to listen to your body. If you get shortness of breath, chest discomfort, or comfort down your left arm, definitely do something about that. She said not to just endure pain and say, I'll just finish this. Beware. You have to be careful of black ice. To negotiate ice, you just have to keep flat feet and keep your feet wide apart so you have a big base of support. Footwear is termed something good to have a good grip. Any type of movement on ice is going to predispose people to injury. And just be prepared. Word of advice, salt your sidewalks and your front patio and your driveway. Always the best thing to do. So that's going to wrap up this update. I'll try to keep you posted with the snowfall totals. Again, we'll probably get them on Tuesday or Wednesday. Again, hopefully Agenda Free TV will do coverage tonight. You can also subscribe to Kamper News Network. I'll put his channel in the description below as well. So, hopefully the weather channel will give updates too. But other than that, we're going to wrap this up. Stay safe during this storm. So, until the next one, please take care.